but the way, the intensity, some and the method that some stuff presents itself. I think one of the biggest things is this indoctrination of social media. I think that's a huge thing because, and like the streaming universe and all that type of stuff like that. I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but I mean when you just are underneath that heavy influence of people's opinions and just points of view, and some of it is good advice, some of it is terrible advice, some of it is facts, some of it is completely fiction, but you don't even really know what to believe. Then you're able to kind of make your own truths and identities, and it's just a weird time right now, where in times past we were able to have leaning posts on certain absolute truths, and now there are things that are up for interpretation. And and I'm all for people coming into awareness of self and things of that nature, because I even how I mentor and teach kids is sometimes I do a lot of listening, because they can get to the solution. They can still work out the solution if it's not my way. And so sometimes I just sit back and lay in wait to watch what they're going to do, to see, okay, so they had a different method, but that is where we're trying to get to. But I think the whole indoctrination and just the boundarylessness of social media is just like a tidal wave. It's like it's really a lot. It's overwhelming. So they have to fight against those things every day. Um, and when I was in school, we didn't really have. It was just starting, I guess, in a sense.
Right.
We didn't really have it like that. So your biggest influence was whatever you watched on TV, and whatever,
BET.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever your peers, whatever lifestyle they lived and they brought to school, then
Right.
that was your influence. But you still maybe had like strong family ties at home. But nowadays, that's not even intact, because social media is like raising kids. Like kids are
Wow,
being put on tablets at 2,
Electronics,
3, and
period.
4.
Yeah.
You know
that
what
is
I'm
so
saying?
true.
So
Yeah.
there's
That's so
no
true.
foundation of a lot. I'm not saying all the time. I'm not generalizing,
Sure.
but sometimes like there's no foundation of this is what we believe. This is what you stand on. You're my son. This is what we do over here. There's not always a lot of that. Sometimes you don't come to those conversations until something goes wrong, and
Right.
you just assume that they're supposed to have that insight or that foresight. No, that has to be taught.